Right, hello. Clearly, 'cause I don't know any better, I'm going to try and change one of my features on the fly while I'm recording, first time, again. So, let me give you a bit of backlog? Backstory. Too much ADO. Um, right, so currently I have stamina items that recover current stamina, and then I have stamina regeneration items that increase the regeneration rate of the current stamina, and I have stamina max boosting items, stamina boosting items that increase the max stamina. I have the same logic for health, stamina, stress, and infection. Obviously, with stress and infection going the opposite way because it's reducing stress, reducing infection. But it's open to abuse if you. I'll show you something. Because if you look on the top right, stupid thing, I don't even use that. I'm going to get rid of that desktop capture. Look at the top right. There is a bug where you stop running and he just keeps running. It keeps on burning it now. But you can see there's a chance for abuse where people can just spam stamina items. Like you wouldn't be running in a race and you'd just be like necking chocolate bars to, to keep your pace up, would you? Even even with the best energy gel things, it's not increasing your current stamina. It's more increasing your rate or your max stamina for a short period of time. So, food items, just like this, food items will temporarily increase your max stamina. It will not mess around with the regeneration rate. It will not mess around with the current stamina. Currently, all food items and all food items are related to all health items, which not in assets, in blueprints, in that, in here, items, consumables. Don't worry about don't worry about that. That's just Unreal being a pain. And then interact collect. So the data assets are here that we're looking at inside there, consumables, but also we have the blueprints in here. So like I said, we have regeneration, increasing, ammunition, consumables, and heal. And inside heal we have medicine and we have food. But they do the same thing. If I click like beef burger, let's do full blueprint. Click on the top right, stamina small. If we find that, stamina small is the parent blueprint for all stamina items. You look at the function, you see here the stamina function is actually held on the master item blueprint. I redesigned it. So this is the stamina function currently. If your max is less than your current, true, then the amount in the data asset, so the amount in the beef burger here, amount 10, 10 heal current stamina. This goes to John's blueprint, which is where the stamina values is held because he's the character, it's his stamina. So you're using that logic. This has been retrofitted a few times, upgraded, tweaked bits and places, certainly with data assets. Um, it then removes it from the inventory, plain and simple, and then just destroys the item. So it removes it from the inventory and then just destroys it from the game world. Well, destroy actor, sorry, not destroy an item. Technically, it's the same thing in this case. So, heal stamina is in John's, which is here. This is proper old school. This used to have an event dispatcher when your stamina was increased or regenerated, it would ping it through a health dispatcher to your game instance. Proper. Oh god, health dis event dispatchers were cool, but felt like almost redundant in almost every case now. I do have a video on dispatchers. There's a few others as well, but I'd recommend just looking into like game instance feeding variables dynamically rather than event dispatchers to ping it across. So heal stamina, but So it gets the stamina recovery multiplier times by whatever that heal stamina rate is, and then you get the current stamina, and then let me rephrase it properly. I'm on the exercise bike, so I think I'm trying to blast through it too quick. So heal stamina, that 10 times the rate. What's the rate? The rate is 1, so 100% 1 if you look on the right. So 10 times 100%, 10 times 1 is 10. Plus, so that 10 plus the current stamina. Clamp it so it doesn't go above the max. Then that's the new current stamina. And then play You Healed Boy. It's something I did about a million years ago for every single thing when you take an item. That's also why, you see that, remember that branch? I said like if it's below. That's also when I do this, eat, he doesn't eat it because the stamina's not being used. Let me burn up some stamina. There you go.
You healed, boy.
I think it only adds like 5 to it, so it's only minor, but you could see the jump. So that's what we're working with. We need to maintain this because currently we do have medicine that heals current stamina. Though I don't know how I might completely move away from that entirely, removing current stamina. But for the time being, this issue, this task, if you will, is for food. Have I put food specifically? Right, let me put for not for good, will be for good soon, for food. That was my intention. Um, right. So we need to keep this for the medicine, but we need another one for the food. The easiest way to do it, I've made it all nice and color coded, haven't I? I'm gonna have to break it. Let me show you what we'll do. We will, you know, we'll copy that, copy the shell. We go to here, we drag that down. Oh no! Right, word of warning: when you copy comment things, there's a chance it's like throwing a net out when you're fishing. you may you may catch things, and not all things. Some stuff you might want to throw back. Right. So custom event, because we've done it as a custom event. I guess I could have done it as a function. At this point when I was developing it, I didn't know enough between custom events and functions to decide which was the best practice. I would like, let's have a little pit stop to think it through. If I right now had to choose between a custom event or function, I would first thing I would ask is, are you trying to put in some sort of weird delay in there between events in the middle of it, of this action? If you are, I would certainly V1 it as a custom event, because you can add a delay to a custom event. But just to show you, debug, you can't add a delay. There you go. Cannot be added in on the bottom right. You cannot add a delay like you would in a function. So just be aware of that. So I would recommend for a version 1 almost always do a custom event, which is what I did for the computer stuff before I moved them to functions. We want this to be heal, no, something like temp increase max stamina. Awful name, absolutely awful name. We're going to want to change this to heal current stamina, just so we can split it apart. Don't worry about the referencing because it will update. There you go, heal current stamina. We will need to split this stamina small, which references this, to another parent. We're going to have to reparent all the food items to a particular one food item, and yeah, it'll be a little bit of admin, but it shouldn't cause any damage. But we could do it while we're doing it. So, right, let's think it through. What are we feeding it? We're feeding it almost the same sort, well, the same logic really, except from it's we're looking at max, and we won't have a like a branch to stop it happening, but we want a heal, no, temp temp increase. It can be a work in progress. We can change the name. So we know we want to set max stamina. We also need it to knock it back on a timer. So I said about a delay. We need to knock that temp off, don't we? That temp stamina eventually. So let's chuck that in just for giggles. Let's wrap it all up. We don't want a clamp, really. I'm only going to allow you to. It'll only take the max. Like if you had a burger and that temp increased your max stamina 10, and you had a sandwich and that temp increased your max stamina 15, it's not stackable. It'll just overwrite, so it'll just add an extra 5 on top. So we won't put a clamp on. We do want a plus max stamina. We don't need to worry about stamina recovery rate because that's working on the current stamina. So max stamina plus the temp increase equals that, which is good. That'll do its thing and we'll get some temp stamina. But then we need to, it's almost like we need an extra variable in one of these, which is again reiterates to my following point that I'm glad these are all data assets, because this was a struct and I added in a new variable now, it would wipe everything for every single one. I will never stop talking about how much structs have just lost me time because I've been like, oh no, wait, let's try that. Or I've done something on Rails just wiped it because it feels like it. So see if we've got anything we can retrofit without creating a new variable. So these are all food items. Stamina. Unless we have a hard value for stamina increases. Maybe let's do a hard value for now. So we want something like, not function, variable. We will do temp max stamina. I know Unreal doesn't like the underscores, but hey, I'll change it maybe one day. Temp max stamina. Time? Time. Bull. Realize that. Watch it break something because because I do that. When you auto create, it doesn't put the underscores in. If you do like a right click, create variable. So we've got that. What's that going to be? That will sit on John. We don't need to pass it to the game instance because well, it's just going to be what it is. We will do it for originally 3 seconds just so we can test it without staring at it, and then we'll bump it up to maybe like a minute after we know it's working. Doesn't need to be instance editable. We want control and left click. We want delay. We want to feed the delay to that. Sounds mandatory. Right. Then we want it to revert it. So let's just do set stamina. Really? No. We need something to make it future proof because some of those items we can take can boost your permanent stamina. So we need, before you increase your stamina, we want it to, quite easy enough. We just need an extra stamina variable. So I'd click that and then did Control and D to duplicate. We want, let's give you some awful names. Pre, temp, max, stamina. Awful names. Left click, drag, and Alt set. Okay. So this should be fine because it's working through, the flow will work through the executes. So it shouldn't cause any trouble because I don't think we'll need like a temp variable or anything sort of crafty because it's not, well, it's not in a function anyway, so that doesn't matter. So what we've got now is temp max stamina. You've ate that item. You've ate those crisps. Your max stamina gets logged as a pre-temp max stamina, then your max stamina plus the temp increase becomes the new max stamina, plays you healed boy, then it starts ticking down for the duration, 3 seconds at the moment, and after 3 seconds your temp max stamina is back, your pre-temp max stamina is now your max stamina again. That is the function done, not function, the functionality done, but it's a custom event. We want stamina, we'll just call it the same thing, temp increase max stamina. It'll be easier to find as well if we keep it all unified with the naming convention. So that's that done. We now need to get a separate function, a separate blueprint to use it, because remember we can't use stamina small because stamina uses current. So imagine this is like medicine. Stamina small is essentially medicine. So we need to let's not be lazy. Let's go straight back to master item parent. Let's do a new child. Let's break it. Let's not try and do a duplicate and do anything sort of clever of that stamina. We'll just replicate it. So we want, really we should call it master food blueprint. Really, that feels right. And that stamina small should really be like master medicine blueprint. So that's something for refactoring. So let's do that. Let's be a good boy. Master food blueprint. Master food blueprint will sit there. It will be a child of item. Let's get up that one. We don't need to worry about the data asset because the master will never be used. The master will be the skeleton. The blueprints for what blueprint will be the blueprint for what we will feed, which we will allow the children to define in the game world. We will never have this as a pickup, basically. We'll have its children as a pickup, and its children will be populated with values. So, master item. What does master item have? Master item holds the function, which is the created function, which consumable stamina small. You know, once you see something, you should rename it. It's like it bends in your soul that it's named wrong. But anyway, this references it. This, what we should call master medicine, master stamina, whatever. This references it. So we need to go to master item and do a. Let's be lazy on this one. So Control and D. Stamina temp max increase. I know it's in a different word order, but that's because it all starts with stamina and these all start with health. So this is what we're looking at. This is the right one. We need protagonist. We don't care about the check. We don't care that it doesn't matter about the max or whatever. So we can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We do care about the amount on the data asset. The data asset being, for example, this, the burger. We do care about that. So let's go back to master item. We don't want heal current stamina. I realise I also got rid of protagonist, but should be alright if I just do that. But we don't want that one anyway. We want to do temp max, or temp increase. Yeah, let's at least name it vaguely right. So stamina's just at the start rather than end. So we want temp increase max. Better than nothing. Let's do hold control and hold left click, hold control and left click, hold control and left click for that. We can replace it like the thing. Nice little almost imitation. So we've got that. Remove it, that's fine, and then we destroy it, that is fine. This function is ready. This function will then feed through to here, which runs the event, which is lovely. So John is not needed anymore. burger, not yet. Food soon. Let's go to event graph. This is not needed anymore. Let's just compile it. Let's do a control shift and save so it doesn't lose it all. And on event, so overrides event on used. So we need to do the same thing. So we want event on used. No, not the function. The custom event. We then look at the top right. It's parent item, which is fine because we want to reference the temp, max, stamina, and it will ping this off just like that one will ping off. That one goes to medicine now, or everything at the moment, but soon medicine. This one will go to food. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We can rename it another time. This is not fine. We need to get up all the consumables now in collect, consumable, heal, food. All goes to stamina. I don't think I will be able to reparent en masse, but it shouldn't be too difficult. But let's just check. You never know. It's in the file bit usually. Yeah, it'd be in here. I don't think we can. No, no. It's not too much. It's not too much trouble. Let's just do it now. So we've got all them. We've already got beef burger open. Enter. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain this bit, but technically, if I built it right, I'd have never had to do it. File, reparent, food. Let's copy that. Save a bit of time. Yes, we know what will happen. It's all fine. It's all fine. So look on the top right. That's now food. This will take just a couple of seconds. Yes, good. Close. We will need to change the data, update the data assets. Maybe we'll have a think after we've done this. Yeah, I won't be able to think it through properly while I'm doing this. I'm not a multi-core computer system. Food. So moral of the story, don't make food items or scope out properly, but you live and you learn. Next time I'll never do it again. So it's like a learning thing. Don't feel that your mistakes, as long as you learn from them, they're not really that bad. They're more like learning events. Certainly for this, it's a learning event. Okay, nearly done. This is going quite well for a video. We haven't had any sort of blockers. After I've after I've done this and I have double checked the data assets, I will then go to a test level. I will put the food item in the world, and we already know if it will be working because I now have put numbers on the status bar. So I'll be able to see the max increase after the slash. Yeah, it does feel like should be a quicker way to do this, but equally it feels like this. that would absolutely be chaos, wouldn't it, if you reparented it? And we not all know Unreal likes to forget things at the best of time. Last thing you want is it to get all your parents mixed up for all your inheritance. Last one, right, done. Right, so all the food items, good. They all reference that. They just sit pretty because these are just there. These are the children that we were talking about, the children that hold the information. Let's quickly, so food's all done, all migrated over, hover over it. See, there you go, top bit, path, not top bit, parent class, so just above the middle. See, it's food blueprint class. Now let's go to data assets, item, consumable. Let's double check. So it goes, that's the blueprint, that's fine. Consumable, that's fine. Food, that's fine. I don't think we need to change anything here because in essence we're keeping everything the same. We're just making it go to max and making it go to max temporarily. We've got that timer on it. Control Shift Save. Let's go to that. When I say the timer on it, I mean the timer on the, the delay for it to go back to normal. Natural spawn. I'm in the middle of making something. It looks alright in orthographic. Again, it's perspective. It looks a bit jarring, but we can retro this. So hold Alt and left click drag. Let's go to there. This is a pickup item, which is not something we've shown in this video. We want anything that's food. Let's go to cheeseburger. There we go. Let's open it up. Let's go to here. Let's go to its data asset. Let's go to here. It will give 45. Alright, so we'll have increased 45 max stamina for 3 seconds, and then it will go to back to 100. Play. Top right. Wait for it to get rid of that. We do right click. We can use it no matter what. There's no cap on it, so we don't need to burn through stamina. There we go.
Boy.
Only lasts for 3 seconds. You will also notice that it did not trigger the recovery, which is something we can look at now. So we know it works. So first things first, because it obviously works now, we can just knock it to 60 seconds, bump up to 60 seconds, because that will also allow us to stare at the increase process, make sure that's right. What am I doing wrong? My brain's not working. I'm looking in the wrong place. John, let's bump the time to 60 seconds. Compile, save. John is quite, I wouldn't say necessarily bloated, but there's some work to migrate functions to play controller. So it's a little bit chuggy. You'll notice on that save. Here we go. So we now need to get recovery stamina to kick in. So that's the drain, that's to recover. Recovery stamina works until it's gone to max, but I believe it works on a trigger. But if we don't ping the trigger, it will never increase the max. It will never increase the current stamina. So essentially, we got extra 45 stamina. I think we need to ping the trigger. So it's on stamina drain. Drain stamina. Recover stamina. So yeah, okay, so once it started, it starts itself on like a perpetual infinite loop until it's max. So let's just double check it. Current stamina, so stamina recovery rate. Stamina recovery, which is 1.5 times the rate, so it's 1.5. Current stamina plus 1.5. If that's less than the max, then that's the current stamina. So add 1.5 if current stamina equals max stamina, do nothing else. Are you sprinting? Are you not sprinting? True. Then delay and then recover. So 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 every 0. Like 15 hundredths of a second. So we need to get recovery stamina to kick in. First things first, we've added it 60 seconds, so we haven't got some sort of mad rush delay to gobble it up, have we? So let's try to kick it. Right, so it does work after we've, like I said, we kick the stamina to move. I believe that's because at the end of jump and sprint, we must have recover stamina kicked off, which then keeps it kicking off. You know, like a bit like when you put water in a wheel and then eventually the wheel goes and then it just keeps going. I think it's that sort of mentality. So we won't use stamina, so it's going to be jump, or maybe it's just in drain. Maybe I've just chucked it in drain. Let's do find jump. We want not jump rate, event on jumped. No, that's to do with the animation. That is old that. Let's look at sprint. Start sprint, stop sprint. There we go. I ping it. I ping it. Start off recovery stamina. So let's think. What's the best way to do it? We could just get it to constantly work on tick, which is a terrible idea, or we could get it to ping it when we eat it, which I think is the best idea. So copy. Let's go to food. And then it's self-contained. You see, the functionality we are creating is self-contained to food, which will be inside here. We don't want to do it at food level, we want to do it at item level, which food is a child of. I did copy and paste it, but sometimes it likes to be faffy. Oh, fine, I'll just drag it out. Recover stamina. Hey, you see, there is method to the madness. Let's do it sensibly. So, drag to that. That goes to there. That goes to that. Let's swap them over. Just to make it make sense. So we increase our max stamina. Then we kick off recovery. Then we remove the item. Then we just destroy the world actor. That's item. Food will inherit that. It's just part of the function now. Click it. There you go. So it's there. That should now kick it off. It won't max it to give us 45 max and current because that's not what we want. It will. That is well old. You know when you look at code, like it's not technically code, is it? But you know, you look at stuff and you think, God, I made that a million years ago. So get rid of that desk capture thing when it finally feels like it. Right, we eat it. We're about to eat it. So we're expecting 100 over 145 and then instant tick that 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 every 15 hundredths of a second.
You healed, boy.
There we go, we've done it. This will also factor into account if we stack it with, increase our max regen. It will just sit on top. And then after 60 seconds, it will be gone. I don't really want to make you wait 60 seconds. We already know it's going to knock off. That's it. Thank you. Hopefully you found that interesting, in like at least the thought process, if nothing else. And I'll see you soon.